From Fear to Freedom, How One Man Escaped His Wife's Control. Welcome to African Tales, Telling It Real. In the heart of Lagos, where the streets never sleep and every compound has a secret, we bring you true-to-life stories that hit hard and teach deep. Today's tale is one you won't forget: a man loved, controlled, and finally awakened. Get ready, for his wife pressed him like a remote control. Sit tight, feel every moment, and let the story speak to you. A man must be a man. A rainy Monday morning broke over Ajij, the streets already noisy with downfall horns and shouts from traders setting up for the day. Connor, a 35-year-old mechanic, was already awake, not out of excitement for work, but because his wife, Mama Precious, had just finished praying at full volume, commanding heaven and earth at 5 a.m. Connor rose quietly, greeted her with the usual kneeling down and stretched hand. "Good morning, my queen," he said, voice low. "Abeg, make I collect 500 naira take reach workshop today." Mama Precious barely glanced at him. Adjusting her girly in front of their cracked mirror, she snapped, "How much dem dey pay mechanic wey no dey bring full money home?" "Oye, take 300. Come back early, oh." That was Connor's reality. Outside, he was known as the car doctor of Ajij, a man trusted with the most stubborn engines. Inside, he had no voice. His salary went straight to his wife, his movement monitored like a child's, his confidence eaten away. People around had noticed. In Ajij, nothing hides for long. Neighbors whispered, "No mechanic him be for junction, but for house no remote husband." One afternoon, as Connor battled with the carburetor of a customer's rickety Corolla, he heard a familiar voice. It was Dimeji, his childhood friend who had just returned from Anambra. After the excitement of reunion, they sat over a cold Coke. Dimeji was observant. "Connor, your hand still dey strong, oh, but your face don't fall. Wetin dey happen?" Connor tried to brush it off, but Dimeji pressed him. "No small family stress." "Nothing big," he muttered. Eventually, the truth spilled. How Mama Precious took all the money, controlled who he spoke with, dictated when he slept or ate, and even what time he must return home. Dimeji shook his head in disbelief. "You dey allow woman press you like TV remote? My guy, wake up, oh. Even remote get battery wey fit die." The words hit Connor hard. That night at home, Mama Precious served EBA with egusi soup. He ate silently. Before he could stand up, she grabbed his phone and wallet like a customs officer. "Hope say customer no give you money today," she said, eyes narrowed. Connor shook his head. "No only promise he make. Make sure you no dey lie, oh. If I catch you, no hot egusi I go use baptize your face," she hissed. Connor laid in bed that night staring at the ceiling fan. His heart was heavy. Was this marriage or captivity? Memories flooded back, his father's advice, "A man wey no fit talk for him house go soon dey talk to himself." He turned to look at Mama Precious, snoring away without care. His fist clenched slowly under the bedsheet. Something was shifting inside him, a silent revolt had begun. When a man snaps. The tension in Connor's chest did not die with the night. By morning, he woke with a different kind of silence, one soaked in resentment. He didn't kneel to greet Mama Precious. He just grabbed his tools and left. At the workshop, fortune smiled. A rich customer who had once doubted Connor's work returned, impressed, and paid him N200,000 cash for fixing a stubborn Benz engine. Connor looked at the money like a drowning man seeing land. For the first time in years, he didn't rush home to submit every kobo. He pocketed N180,000 and quietly kept N20,000 aside for himself. That night, he gave Mama Precious the N180K. "What happened to the remaining N20,000, she barked. "I used it to buy new wrench and socket set," he said calmly. "You buy tool without telling me?" "Connor, are you okay?" she shouted and, in a fit of rage, slapped him. Something broke in Connor. He didn't react. He simply picked up his phone, his wallet, and walked out. No shouting. No arguing. Just a quiet exit like a man leaving a burning house. He didn't go to a friend's house. He slept in the workshop, on a foam that smelled of engine oil and dreams deferred. By morning, his absence had become the subject of gossip. Connor don't run from him, madam. He be like say no spiritual slap the woman give him. Daimeji came visiting again and found Connor oil-stained and silent. My guy, Daimeji said, if them press remote too much, it go spoil. Be a man. And Connor began to live like one. He dressed differently. More confident. Smiled more. Word spread that Connor was back to his old self. Customers flooded his workshop. He started saving little by little. Even bought a second-hand generator. Mama Precious, on the other hand, was boiling. She stormed the workshop one afternoon, screaming about side chicks and betrayal. You want to disgrace me, Connor? You dey sleep outside. You dey chase small girls. People gathered. Connor didn't shout. He looked her dead in the eye and said, you no be God. I no be remote again. I be man. A hush fell. Someone in the crowd clapped. Another whistled. Mama Precious froze. Then, without warning, she collapsed. They rushed her to the hospital. And Connor. He stayed by her side, but this time, as a man no longer afraid. Mama Precious lay quietly in her hospital bed. The loud woman who once backed others now stared into space, humbled. The doctor said it was emotional exhaustion. She hadn't eaten well in days. Her anger had eaten deeper than even she knew. Connor sat by her side, not as a frightened boy, but as a man who had found himself. When she opened her eyes, their gazes met. No words came out. Just silence. But in that silence, something shifted again, this time, in her. After her discharge, Connor didn't rush things. He moved back home but with new roles. No more silent submission. No more handing over every naira. He invited a pastor from their church for counseling. Mama Precious didn't want it at first, but surprisingly, she agreed. During one of the sessions, the pastor asked her, why do you feel the need to control everything? Her voice cracked. Because I grew up watching my mother suffer under a man who did nothing. I swore never to be that woman. I thought control was the way to survive. There were tears that day. Real ones. For the first time, Mama Precious apologized. She hugged Connor and said, I'm sorry for treating you like a remote. You be man. And I be your wife, not your master. Connor nodded. You go respect me as husband. No partnership, no be dictatorship. They started again. Slowly. Connor now kept his earnings, paid bills, and made joint decisions. Mama Precious joined the Women's Fellowship and even started learning tailoring to support the family. One evening, as they both watched a Yoruba movie, Connor picked the remote control to change the channel. He glanced at her and smiled. This not the only remote way I go press now. She burst into laughter. They both did. And for the first time in years, peace settled in their home. Not because one person won, but because they both agreed to grow. Wow. If you've ever felt unheard in your relationship, or know someone who needs to wake up from emotional slavery, this story is a mirror. What did you learn from Connor's transformation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read every one of them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to African Tales, Telling It Real, where we don't just tell stories, we open eyes. See you in the next story. And remember, don't let anyone press you like a remote.